Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'll pull for you the Two of Wands. This is a card that kind of puts you in between the energies of the past and the present, and this is resonating particularly for those of you that are looking at your position in the world, your social power, your social identity, the way others see you. And you're in a position where you're evaluating your past efforts, your strengths, what you're sure that you know is your expertise, your experience, and ways that you are trying to project that out into the future. This is a powerful card of planning. The full moon in Leo is happening on the 12th of February. As a point of crystallization of this awareness. So you're not able to easily be in the present moment. You are anticipating a project, something you're planning, something you're doing, something you're really excited about. And this is creating a lot of nervous energy or a lot of anxiety about pulling something together that hasn't occurred yet, resourcing your past experiences as a way of pulling together the elements of what you're planning. This makes it hard for you to be still with yourself. And that can be just fine. There's nothing wrong with that. This feels like you are designing some kind of an event or a get together for people, some kind of a project that requires you to build on your network and your experience in order to make something happen that's going to pull people together. This is a general reading, Scorpio, so it isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. And I welcome all of you that are new, all of you that are familiar with me. Thank you for taking time with me. And in the present, we have the World card. This feels like it is part of closing out a way that you've been working for a while. This feels like a closure that you are creating or addressing that is finishing up something and moving on to a new opening. This finishing up includes an appreciation of all the skills that you've improved upon, the lessons learned from a former way of working, and the ways in which it's prepared you for what it is you're about to begin. So you have been acknowledged, you have been rewarded, you have received recognition for what you are completing, but you're staging that completion as the entrance into a new portal of activity. This can be a higher level of integration of your talents and skills, of the network or resources that you have integrated in the past. In the past, Three of Wands. This is you creating and setting up the opportunities, a project, the possibilities for you to work collaboratively with people with whom you are networking. This feels like you're setting up an opportunity for folks you've worked with, ideas you've had in the past, communities you have formerly served, a way that you're trying to put out your feelers with ideas so that you can connect more deeply and identify those who could be potential collaborators, allies, and resources that are going to support something that requires a collaboration. So you've already set out the feelers, you are planning it, you are getting ideas, you are doing research, you are in constant communication, and there's an element here of waiting. Not only for the feedback, the connection that you're anticipating as a result of your efforts outward, but a way that you are anticipating the beginning of something that can only be formed in collaboration with the resources that come together. In the future, the Hanged One. And this is describing a state that is occupying your present moment, which is the processing of the completion of one achievement, way of working, lifestyle, with the transition into a new one. There is a lot you've learned, a lot you're sort of absorbing about what you have been able to achieve and how it's helping you leverage to a new state, a new opportunity, but also an awareness that your perspective is growing, must grow in order to accommodate the changes that you're seeking, that you're pulling together, that you're organizing, that you're setting up for yourself and others in order to uh, gain a greater perspective, to sacrifice some time or resources in order to have an impact on the world. If this reading is resonating for you, Scorpio, please like this video. Please share this with others if you are so moved. And please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I pulled the Change card. I don't get this very often. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. This really feels like the very eye of the storm that you are in. I see this kind of whirling dervish that is coming out of an experience of intense activity and collaboration, moving into a new, similar kind of dynamic with others, with new resources, with new goals to have an impact on the world. So this keeping up with this change does require moments of stillness and silence with yourself, clarity about what your query is, what conversations you're opening up towards the end of this new project. And that all is about kind of, I believe, flowing with the idea of Octavia Butler's quote from her Parable of the Sowers, God is change. And this is, I believe, something you have internalized in terms of understanding that everything you touch changes you, and you change everything that you are connected to. So it isn't harnessing that change, it's flowing with it that I believe you are mastering at this time. And your ruling planet, having made such a significant transition from Capricorn to Aquarius, is absolutely a part of what you see as the necessity of moving forward in the global stage, in our global community. I'm going to clarify the World card in the presence with the Ten of Staffs. Interesting, because I see you not exchanging, but releasing an old set of responsibilities that are no longer applicable to your situation. This can be shifting relationships with children, with peers, with members of your former employment or project. This is a way that you perhaps took a huge responsibility for the needs and desires, the accomplishments of a former group you were involved in, a former collaboration, a way that you managed groups of people in order to achieve something that was essential to that group or those groups of individuals. But you now are releasing those expectations. You don't want to lead in the same way. I see you as having moved for quite some time towards a place where you're more actively collaborating. And although you're still willing to lead the inception of a collaboration or identify that, you are clear that you are deriving benefit as an individual who is part of a collective, that you are not steering the collective, you are not part of the steering committee, nor are you responsible for the success or failure of this project. In the past, the Three of Wands is clarified by the Justice card. So I do believe that you have been concerned with justice, fairness, not only in your own life, but in the world. I do believe you've struggled with that, um, with the full moon's emphasis on the house of your labor, your contribution to the community. I do believe that you take the responsibility for the well-being of your world, at the very least, very personally and very seriously. And there's a way in which you are learning to balance that so that you are fed, you are nurtured by the work of those that you work with. Sharing the responsibility is a big part of the justice you seek. Finding ways to be accountable and yet not solely dedicate yourself to the work of the community. All the ways that Saturn uh, can go out of balance. And right now, you're working in a way with others to achieve that balance on an individual level, relationship by relationship, as well as with the community that you work with, the colleagues you work with, equity in that setting, as well as a sense of justice being served in the world, in your world. In the future, the Hangman is clarified by the Three of Staffs, another repeat. I love this because it's really focusing again on the intentions that you're setting so that you're very clear that what you're putting together is something for your benefit, yes, but for the benefit of everyone involved, absolutely. This is about the way you work as well as what your goals are in working, so that it is key to you that each member of the collaboration, of the community or team that you're a part of, understand that they're bringing their expertise, their strength to any potential effort that you design among you, that you create, and that requires each person to do their own best thinking about solutions, strategies moving forward, as well as the ability to lead and follow, to learn, to teach, so that sharing strategies, solutions with others requires the learning from the teaching to others, as well as the hearing sharing the information or receiving the information from others' expertise. So this is about sort of maximizing the strengths of each member in the team, and that occurring without a traditional hierarchy. The team, the collective, is a unit that acts to manage itself. And that is part of the lesson and the gift that you're sharing with others. Someone with so much capability as you, Scorpio, could easily do many things on your own or lead the charge in a way that would be an unfair burden to you. I'm going to finish up this reading with a crystal oracle. Hope this has been insightful, and I'm going to take the beautiful picture that turned up face side. It's the moonstone. And the key word is cycles. I'm in the divine flow of my soul's rhythms and life cycles. That indeed is food for contemplation, meditation. I am so appreciative of this beautiful message. If you enjoy this content, I will be linking another video for your ongoing enjoyment. And again, I thank you. Until next time, Scorpio, namaste.